I'm about to cheat on my fiancé. I'm currently sitting in a car outside a motel, waiting for my fiancé's friend to come back with a model key, and just received a text from my fiancé, asking where I am. I haven't replied to him, but while I have my phone out, thought I'd post here. Today my friend saw my fiancé and another woman in a diner together, very close and obviously familiar with each other. She went over and said hello, and my fiancé looked very much like he was just caught doing something he shouldn't have. She called me straight away and said what she saw, and I just knew he was cheating on me. He has no female friends, and he should have been at work anyway. So, what better way to get back at him than to call his friend who's always giving me looks and ask to meet up. He's on his way back to the car now. Here we go. Comments. Commenter 1. What the F? So your first instinct, because you think he is cheating, is to meet up with one of his friends and get dick down? Did you not talk to him? I am not going to go out on a limb and say he is not cheating, but at least get more information first. Commenter 2. I bet you gonna regret this a lot. First update. The other day I made the biggest mistake of my life by getting angry at something I thought my fiancé did, and I got revenge on him by sleeping with his friend. I won't get into specifics, other than I was mistaken about something, and if I had confronted my fiancé first, it would have been something really funny, but instead I went off angry and didn't think. He doesn't know. The only people who know are me and his friend. I've already spoken with his friend and told him what happened, and he's agreed not to say anything, but I feel bad about what I did. I don't want to tell my fiancé, but I also feel bad about keeping secrets. I think I need to keep this a secret and just suffer in silence. By telling him I risk blowing up our relationship and devastating him, the only upside will be to alleviate my guilty, which I don't think will happen anyway. Second update. I, 23F, accidentally slept with my fiancé's 23M friend, 22M, the other evening. My fiancé and I have been engaged for 2 months, together in total for 3 years. When I slept with him, it was supposed to be a one-time thing, which we both agreed on. It was not romantic or anything like that. It turned out that my reason for sleeping with him was wrong. It was a huge mistake, and so I haven't told my fiancé about what happened and will not do so. There's nothing to be gained by that. The problem is, the friend agreed with me when I said it was a mistake and that he wouldn't say anything either, but then came to my house when he knew my fiancé was at work. I knew what he wanted and obvious said no, and that I'd never knowingly cheat on my fiancé, and he agreed. I don't know why he thought I'd sleep with him, but he'd actually taken a sick day from work, without telling his girlfriend, and just drove to my house, so it was 9 a.m. and he couldn't go home, without her asking why he was back, and he had nowhere to go. So we chatted awkwardly for a bit and then he kissed me. Even though I had made myself clear, we ended up sleeping together again, and I've realized I'm in some real trouble now. I don't really consider the first time cheating, since it was honestly an accident, but this time is something I don't have an excuse for. I know how this is going to sound, but he left my house at 4:30 p.m. I couldn't say no the second time, or the other times that quickly followed. I love my fiancé very much and I need his friend to stay away. I've realized I simply can't say no to him anymore. Third update. He came around again this morning. I don't know how he can take so much time off from work like this, but it was the same as yesterday. He couldn't go home and there was nowhere else for him to go. I hate myself for this, but I didn't even care this time, and he's just left after spending the day here. I've told him this cannot continue, but he knows I'm not going to refuse him, so I've decided on a hard limit, which is when I get married, which is happening in September. I've made this very clear to him and he's agreed not to come around after then. I've also told him that it's disrespectful for us to do it on what will be our marital bed, so we need to go somewhere in the future. He wasn't so keen on that, as he doesn't want to pay for a motel room each time and we can't go to his place, but I've told him that it's too bad. That's the deal. I know this isn't ideal, but this is the best I can do in the situation. Comments. Commenter 1. Okay, I told you before, and I'm telling you right now again. Tell your fiancé and make him decide. I know what you wrote, and your whole accident is not an accident. And I'm telling you again, you are not ready to be in marriage. And your fiancé's friend is piece of shit, and you need to tell his girlfriend too. Your fiancé will finds out. There's no other way. Commenter 2. Anyone who accidentally sleeps with someone else is a piece of shit. How do you accidentally sleep with someone? I had a very good reason. One of my friends saw him with another woman, so it was pretty obvious what was happening there. Yes, in hindsight I should have waited, but it was blatant. My friend told me she saw my fiancé cheating on me, but it was a mistake. Fourth update. Is it possible to have an in utero paternity test performed within a month of becoming pregnant? And is this something you need the potential father to be present for, or can you bring a DNA sample, e.g. a piece of hair, or their toothbrush? Commenter. Within a month, probably not. But there's a test called the NIPP which can be done as early as 7 to 8 weeks. The potential father needs to submit a cheek swab. Your post history is wild. Edit. Apparently you can find companies like this one that will accept a toothbrush or toenail clippings. Thank you. I guess I'll have to wait a bit longer. Fifth update. I'm pregnant and don't know who the father is. This my first pregnancy, it's something my fiancé and I had discussed, but weren't planning on for the next couple of years. Well, things happened and I'm pregnant and I should be so excited, except I can't even share the news with him yet, because I need to wait before I can do an in utero paternity test. I can't believe I've messed things up like this. Commenter. The moment you decided to continue the affair, it became inevitable. It's too late, so just tell your fiancé. We agreed on a strict time limit on that, which is September, when I'm getting married, and we still agree on that, so while we technically continue the affair, it will end very soon. Same commenter. Look, I'm gonna be honest and you might not like it, but your affair partner has all the power. If he wants to keep the relationship with you, then you gonna have no choice. He will gonna blackmail you to keep the affair. I'm 100% sure about that. Commenter 2. You better tell him. Well, no, I don't know if he's the father yet. I feel it's a bit disrespectful to tell someone other than the father first. Just my opinion, of course. I don't think it's wrong to tell someone else first, it's just how I feel about it. Then makes several posts on a throwaway account. Update 6. I made a terrible mistake against my fiancé. We're supposed to be married in just over 2 weeks, but we had a fight last night and he left. Unfortunately, I kept a big secret from him, which is that I'm pregnant. There's a bit more to it, but basically I didn't want to tell him yet. But he found out somehow last night and it did not go the way I wanted. He's not answering his phone, it's either turned off, or he's blocked me. His mother's not answering either and none of his friends have seen him, or at least that's what they're telling me. I don't know what to do. I love him so much, but I know I've messed up, but I can't even talk with him. Forgot to edit this in the video, but said that her fiancé was with her soon-to-be mother-in-law, but the friend didn't recognize her because of a different hairstyle. I really have been listening to your advice, good and mean, and finally had a talk with my AP today. We've decided to end things early. I'm getting married in just under 2 weeks, so we've decided that the week of the wedding we'll just become platonic friends. I'm still working on him and my fiancé being friends again. He's happy to see my fiancé again and make up. I just need to work on my fiancé now. Unfortunately, ex-fiancé's sister commented under his post that was deleted saying he had committed self-termination. Rest in peace.